On April 16th, the Capisterre Project Development Committee, CPDC, held its second annual fishing tournament in Dieppe Bay. Today we have Kevin Bennett, who is the assistant chairman, and two of the fishermen that participated in the fishing tournament, Iroy Marshall and Mickey Maynard. Mikey, that's what I thought. I'm looking at Mickey and I'm like, that's not Mickey, that's Mikey. Yeah, I'll roll with it. Thank you, Mikey, for the correction. All right, great. So we're talking all about fishing. What prompted the CPDC to host the fishing tournament, Kevin?
Well, basically, it's a way of giving back to the community. When we first hosted it, one of the first things to do, if we're going to have a tournament, you must have a jetty. So that was in January. The tournament is in April. And then you're trying to get this project done in time for a fishing tournament. Because I think we finished at 7 o'clock, Good Friday, to be ready for the tournament this Saturday. So, and then the tournament day, without the jetty, you cannot really have the boats coming and load, offload. So it's, it's something that we needed to have in place. When you look at the fishing tournament, it's a benefit to the entire community because one, we have a number of vendors, small businesses who are able to participate and earn some income. We have the fishermen who they do this on a regular day, but it's a way to highlight and showcase the skills of the fishermen. And it's about recognizing the importance of food security. Because you have wars all over, you have disruptions in the shipping supply, you have the high cost of goods, etc. So it's important for us to be able to produce our own food.
Well, all very good reasons to me.
Yeah.
So how did last year's competition differ from this one? This year?
I think last year it's basically it's a competition, which is the most important thing, and then it's a tournament where nobody knows who's going to win. So you have persons on the show and they are anticipating, they are waiting. Now I think this year they took it a step further because they're on their phone. Hey, what are you catching? Everybody. So they're out there determining who's going to win what and
Okay.
But for the person on the show, it's really, really exciting because when the boat's coming, it's like the boat is coming and the
So
person's a rush. And people want to see what's happening, what's coming on. So,
Well, naturally, because
it's really exciting.
you guys sound, Mikey, you sound like, you're looking like it was really energized for you. So what was your experience? First year you participated?
This the first year I've this the second one.
Second for you.
Second
Okay.
one in my boat. Yeah, but you were anxious to hear even little kids. Some boat depends if a boat were fishing from Nevis and they didn't do too well, like have any fish to compete, they probably wouldn't burn the gas to come all the way Dieppe to go back to Nevis. So even in St. Kitts, if a boat from uptown and they don't catch anything, they might not come all the way around to Dieppe to go back up and they're not gonna win they don't have anything to showcase. They were excited to hear some of the kids, asking for this boat, like boats what did well in the last tournament. They didn't see them coming and they was, looking forward to this boat because they feel like this boat really gonna do well. Yeah. So if you wanna call it, some boats have the fan.
Of course. Iroy. What about you?
Yeah.
Well, it was quite an experience. Second time around. First time I went with a different boat, different owner. I was just a crew member at the time, and the next first tournament. But this tournament, I actually got my boat finished in time, so I could use my boat. And I was basically the youngest crew. I had the youngest crew in the tournament.
Any nerves because of that, or you had faith in them all the way through?
Well, actually, like 2 weeks before the tournament, I was prepping one of the youngsters then because he never did it before. He was fresh out of school, but he always watched me and wanted to do it. So I was like prepping him, carrying him by the fads, carrying him go bottom fishing, and so he don't out there warming it up, bringing up a belly on me. So it was a good experience. And to be honest, he actually surprised me on the day of the tournament.
Oh, yeah?
Surprised me because one of the guys that actually used to go with me all the time actually was vomiting.
Wow, so he did better.
He did better
for 2 weeks of prep.
for his first time on a tournament.
Wow, that's great, man. But I'm loving the fact that you have this equipment here. We're going to get to it in a little bit, but I'm not a fisherman. I've never gone fishing before, so probably if I went on a boat with you guys, Hortensia would probably have to say man overboard because she jokes with me all the time about swimming. Don't you, Hortensia? But seriously, what were the catches like?
This year the catches were not as good, which just shows that, fishing is a kind of risky kind of business. Some days you go, you might not catch nothing, but you spend $500, $600 in gas, and then you have to go back out the next day. So it's a very kind of
It's a challenge.
It's a give and take.
Yeah.
It's a give and take situation.
I would think it's because of the time of the year. The last tournament that we had, it was further in the year, which is a more active time for the tuna and stuff. So we had guys with a lot of tunas and different fish.
And this is more Lent.
The Lent season.
This is the Lent season, so the fish them go on.
So the fish observing Good Friday too.
Yeah, no,
In a sense,
this is migrating season for them, actually.
So how far out do you gentlemen go to actually catch a big catch?
Big catch don't depends on how far you go.
Oh, okay.
So what does it depend on? Because we really don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Depends on a lot of things.
luck, experience.
Luck.
So luck, you would chop it up to luck.
I would say
Fishing ain't all luck.
Experience.
I would say luck.
I won't say luck.
Oh, so Mikey said no luck.
Nah.
So Kevin says skill.
I always
Ira, what do you say?
I would say luck in a sense.
Maybe luck for Iroy.
Luck, and you have to have faith.
Okay.
A lot of faith.
Lot
though.
of faith, okay.
Because in this last tournament, it was like 4 boats from Dieppe Bay, and all of us and the same set of fads. Same set of fads, circling them like 4 or 5 times, going and coming like walking in a triangle.
But then it's who got the better technique and awareness.
I left.
Wow.
For my co, I decided, as the captain, but fellas, we're gonna look for something. We must find something floating today. And while we're going over to meet a fad, going to the coordinates of the fad, and I said, fellas, hawk. And the hawk started to come down on the water, and one of the guys said, "But you wish come show. You say you want to see something floating." I said, "Wow, I wish you show us for real." When we look, we see a pallet floating, and that's where we catch. That's where we catch was.
So that's why you say luck.
Still preparation. Because you have to spend money to it.
Yeah, a lot of
For a
money.
tournament, you have to do what we call shopping.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Preparation.
And, a lot of persons shop at Fisher Key Marine because he was the first person to come on board and said, "Bennett, your prices them are too low. I'm going to come with a big price. I'm going to come big." It's a small businessman. But in the first bill, he said, "Look, I'm going to give you $3,500 for the biggest price for the biggest money."
And that was mine.
No, and it's a small
Big
businessman.
up Fisher here. Big up Fisher here.
He was the first person to come on board and say, "Look, you guys, the prices are too small. I'm going to come big. I'm giving you $3,500 for the first price." And so, based on that, we decided, look, this is another challenge. It's another challenge we have to build. Last year, our price was like around maybe $6,000-7,000. This year was $24,000.
Wow.
So the sponsors then are really, really critical to the success of the fishing tournament. So we really have to make up the sponsors.
So Kevin, can you tell us some of the prizes that were offered at the tournament and some of your sponsors, if you can?
There's so many sponsors that I really don't want to leave out anybody, but we have some notable persons, Fisher Mickey Marine. We have Island Purified Water. We really came on board and did some really great things. We have, St. Kitts Breweries. I think they would have sponsored, the biggest shark. And the interesting thing that the 2 fishermen caught the shark, they cut it up and gave it away to anybody who wanted it, which was really, really interesting because they were more concerned about the recognition rather than really the price as such.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's something that's really important. The thing is just to be able to be recognized in the field that you're in and to be able to win something. So that was a big deal for them and we're really happy about it. St. Kitts Breweries sponsored the prize and they took the shark and gave it away. And it about thousands of dollars for free.
Wow, that's great.
So it was really important for them to recognize the local community and give back to the local community. So we really want to highlight that.
So would you be able to tell us the amount of that prize? So if next year myself and Jamie want to
the biggest shark was $1,000, but the biggest mai was $3,500. Biggest tuna was $3,500. The total pound was $3,500. The biggest wahoo was $3,500.
Another 3 5s.
Yeah, and then the second place was $1,200. And then third place was basically the Department of Marine Resources. They sponsored like fishing wire, rope, and buoy. So basically, if you're a person just starting out, you have a start. So you can go make fish pots and start out. So it was a really, really good prices. All thanks to our sponsors.
That's great. That's great. And as you said before, some of the boats that you were looking for didn't come back. So if you had some, new fishermen there, they could definitely use that cash to support them. All right, so Iroy, what I want to know now in terms of your crew, you said that you had the youngest crew. How old were they?
17, 24, 32, and myself 38.
Okay.
Nice, nice. So you think youth was on your side then, not just luck?
They have both. They have both. So, gentlemen, I see some fishing tools here. Can you enlighten us on it? Because I swear if me and Jamie go out, we'll be salt fishing.
Come on, you see a hook. You see a hook. You see a hook, don't you? I don't think that our viewers
can
can,
you
but I'm going to pick this
explain-
one up just for now.
Can you elaborate
Yeah.
on the...
Well, that one is that what we used to catch in mai.
Okay.
Well, some of us
Okay.
used to catch in mai. We actually put a balaho under, string it up with a balaho, and while you're driving the boat, that behind in the water coming behind you,
Okay.
in the white water, so the balaho would reflect to the mai.
Oh. Okay.
So the mai grab it and then just start running with it.
So this is good for bait.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that.
Oh, God.
How deep do you have to be?
No, you're at the top of the water.
Just the top of the water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pelagic fishing.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't feed. They
don't
feed between wind and water.
Okay. That's good.
Oh, there's a lot of things in fishing I didn't know existed.
Well, you're learning. You have fishermen here. Ask them. What do you want to know?
And what about this one? What is this particular hook used for?
Well, that's the same, basically the
Same,
same
my,
thing.
okay.
Well,
And the third one?
both
Mike?
of these,
Both of them use.
Both of them.
both
Okay.
of those do the same thing. Basically, this one you have a skirt on, which this year is a starter teaser. So even though you rig this one with a balaho, just like this one, you have a teaser on this one, which is a little more attractive sometimes.
Okay, I was just gonna ask why a teaser. Because this even looks like a fish.
Yeah, you could even catch fish with this like it is.
So since this one have on a skirt, does that mean that this one attracts the boy fish? I just want to okay.
Actually, this is what I actually win the third place with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, he
This
was
is-
wearing a skirt, that's why.
This is what the toner actually hold on
See?
without any bait, anything.
See? The skirt, it is just skirt, I
Nah,
see.
but this is the one I won the biggest mahi with, which
Okay.
was also one of the biggest fish at the tournament. It was 55 pounds and he wasn't wearing a skirt. I think the bull liked it better because he just had the raw bait. He was naked, so I think he liked it better.
I can see the competition, you know? That's so funny.
No, the interesting thing, right, that this tournament has consequences. Like it reaches all over the Caribbean. People are calling in, contacting them. Wow, we get at my mind. That's the first time I'm seeing fish that size. People from St. Lucia, from Anguilla, from Trinidad. Yeah, because persons out there like amazed at the amount of fish that we catch, the type of fish that we catch. And for us, it's nothing because you're right there. You know, you're seeing the fish live, but it's really like an experience, and I open up that we are doing wonderful things here, which other persons in the Caribbean are recognized. So our fishermen are being recognized all over the Caribbean for their skills and the ability to catch the monster fish.
So what do you do with that recognition? Does that translate into something that could be beneficial to you?
Yeah, I guess it's something that probably important for our sponsors as well to recognize
To
that
the fishermen.
they're helping to
To
develop.
the fishermen in general,
Yeah.
and to the carps. Presently, we're trying to get the carps up and running, and we want to be having more function. On Easter Monday, we had a function at the Bassterre Fishing Complex. The carp had a session, so you know these kind of exposure helps with the patronizing of the events that we're having,
And the sponsorship. Really, really
and the
important.
sponsorship, correct.
Important.
On World Food Day, which is October the 16th, we will be hosting the next fishing tournament at the Bassterre Fishing Complex.
Okay.
So if you guys want to check it out and get some picture of your own, you can.
All right.
Yeah. We're gonna come with our hooks.
You in the skirt, though.
Yeah, in a skirt.
This is important for the public also. The public is basically recognizing now that these are people out there who have skills. Because before people looked on a fisherman as just like a, but right now, fishermen are like
No,
celebrities.
you can't ever say that because it's
I
true.
was just gonna say that because
Back-
you guys feed us.
Back in the days
Fishermen should be
where
looked down.
back in the days growing up in old world, you used to always hear, oh, fisherman is more like people who drop out of schooling and a subject and these kind of thing. People who have like less fortunate people. But now it's more like You could just come out of school.
Exactly.
It's a career.
It's a trade, and it's a trade where you're actually feeding yourself
A viable one
and
too.
feeding,
other people.
Yeah.
feeding the whole community.
That's a valuable trade.
Yeah.
I gotta say, a valuable trade.
So
Indeed.
Kevin,
You just
do
have
you-
a lot of hard work in it.
Well, naturally, and
lot of
I
hard
could
work.
see that in a lot of patients, as you said
A lot.
before. But yeah.
So Kevin, do you ever think about hosting an OECS competition since you've been getting so much recognition from?
One of the reasons why we increase the prices is to make it attractive for other persons as well. So there's a reasoning behind it.
From the
We
neighborhood.
started the jetty.
Okay.
The jetty is there. We need to expand it. We need to expand it because if boats come, they need some place to dock.
Okay, got it.
And when the persons come, like I said, the prices must be attractive enough to attract them. When they come, let's say for the weekend, they have to stay in the various hotels and persons around. They have to use that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so at the
Nice.
same time,
You're
too,
creating
you have your
business.
small businesses there, and our vision is that eventually, down at Dieppe Bay, we'll have proper accommodations in terms of like the stalls and everything. So when the vendors come, they don't need to get tents and everything. They come right there, everything nice and neat and laid out. And at the same time, too, we also focus on the entertainment part of it. When the tournament is over, you have the entertainment part because at the same time, the entertainers get to make some money as well. So the tournament is basically to benefit everybody because you must have the facilities for them to dock, and then eventually you must also have the facilities for them to purchase ice, to purchase fuel, to purchase drinks, to purchase food, and then you have the entire thing. So it's a benefit for everybody, the entire economy. So that's really is the vision. So it's with the help of the sponsors, and as we move forward, that's our plan, basically, to have a major event where you attract persons from across the Caribbean.
Gotcha.
Because it's like if you're having a tournament in Dieppe Bay and a boat gonna come from St. Martin to enter. St. Martin is just across the water. You don't want to come to Dieppe Bay to enter the tournament, and then you have to leave Dieppe Bay to burn fuel to go all the way around to town to get fuel to go back to St.
Yeah,
Martin.
so you set up everything in the day.
So that's where you want to have all the
It's
facilities.
just a start. And then, once we have the support of the public as well, because the public is really, really important, and the public has been very, very supportive of the event. Great. So, like I said, we have a vision of where we want to be, and that's something that we're working towards.
All right, well, in keeping with that vision, is there anything else that you have to tell us that you haven't said already about any other activities, really quickly, that will be planned?
Well, we're basically like a very small group. The Capisterre Project Development Committee is a very, very small group, and then our challenge is that we're very small. I think we basically have maybe 3 active persons, who do a lot of the background work and everything. So we're hoping to expand the group to make it bigger, to make it easier for us. At the same time, too, we want to look at doing some fundraising, so we can, have enough things to start for the next tournament next year. So we want to do a fish fry probably sometime later on in the coming months. And at the same time, too, in terms of the vision of having an area where you can come on a Friday evening, Saturday evening, you have all your fish there, your lobster and everything. And we want to start this Friday night fish fry. So that's something that I'm looking at as well. So on Friday night, you can come down to Dieppe Bay and you have your fish prepared.
Great idea.
Yeah.
And then in
It's just
town we will
really-
have Sundays.
Yeah.
And then we will have Sundays at the Bassterre. That's why we want to start the car.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.